Thank you very much. If you caught my earlier session about 15 minutes ago, I talked about some of the challenges of IoT. One of the things I didn't talk about there was skills, but we have the opportunity now to talk about that in a broader set of areas around digital skills more broadly. The format for this session is we've got some structured questions that I'm going to ask for the first 15 or 20. Then we'll open it up to Q&A. So if while you're watching, listening, you are struck by something that you want to ask, a question that you've got, or in fact, if you've got it queued up and a burning question about digital skills to ask now, then do pop it in the Q&A and send it over. We'll try to get to as many of them as we can. Don't be shy. Next job, let me introduce my two panelists. In fact, I'll allow them to introduce themselves. So Tan, if I can ask you to introduce yourself, say a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Matt. All right, so my name is Tan. Currently, I'm Chief Technology Officer and co-founder at Globich. We are one of the largest education technology startup in Thailand.
Hello, yeah, you're back.
We help Thai people, we empower them to speak. Like we have teacher. Yep. All right. And part-time, I'm currently a part-time lecturer at Chulalongkorn University, one of the leading university in Thailand. So that's what I do.
Excellent. And Ken, can I ask you to introduce yourself and say where you're from?
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Ken. Currently, I'm working as the founder of the Drone Academy Thailand, and I also the member of the drone regulator of the Civil Aviation Authority of Thailand, and also the NASA's local leader Space App Challenge in Thailand. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, gentlemen. Welcome. As I mentioned, I've got a structured set of questions. So my first topic of conversation is around, okay, so we know there's going to be some requirement for digital skills, but what considerations will drive that requirement for skills? How should Thailand be positioning itself? And should it be building skills for driving internal transformation, or is this about seeking new global opportunities? Tan, I'd like to come to you first on that, in terms of your knowledge about what people are studying, also your experience of the startup community. I'd be interested to get your perspectives.
All right, thank you, Matt. That's one excellent question. It's the question that we, not only me, but many people in Thailand are asking ourselves every day. All right. So to understand the consideration, first we have to look into the crisis we are facing now. Last year, 2020, we lost over -8 to 9% of GDP because of COVID. And Thailand main income come from tourism. As you well know, we are famous for our beautiful beach and ocean, and all the tourism. So the consideration that we must take in is we must aim for employability, not just employment. By employability, it means that let's say currently the tourism drop, right? The hotel has to lay off a lot of people. The restaurant will be closed due to lockdown, and there's no foreigner come. So we must take in availability of job in the market as a consideration. And next one is the employability, not the employment. So skills that will be required will be changed, right? Because the job available in the market will be different. So we must, as an educator, as well as a government, we must look into the availability of job in the market and employability of the employee and of the people in Thailand.
Okay, good stuff. And Ken, can I come to you? Where would you think that those the employability that Tan mentioned, where would that be? What technology sectors do you think that might emerge in?
According to my perspective, I think right now Thailand should positioning ourselves as the tourism tech. I mean, right now we're relying on our Agoda or any third-party platform to booking our hotel a lot. And recently, Thailand we about to have some tax regulation to roll out regarding to collect some fee of using over this kind of platform. So I think maybe it's time for Thailand to start to looking around whether we should do something in virtual world instead of tourism that we cannot do not can do thing much because there's a lot of impact to our tourism crisis. So I think we can look into this kind of technology. We can implement our platform and looking forward from the help from the government, something like that. And another thing I think in Thailand there's a lot of foreigner or even Thai people that a lot of people should looking for elder person. I should call the elder text. So it means that in the future there may be a lot of people get retired in Thailand. So there may be a chance that they may be falling down from the bed or sleep on the floor or can suffering with some heart attack, but nobody can detect from the webcam only. So there should be some artificial intelligence technology that can looking after those kind of people, maybe by using drone, using AI camera, deep learning, and that kind of technology. This is something that Thailand really strong background because we have some mindset and I would like to say my service, oriented, that we can keep looking forward another people at the same time we can apply the new technology to our business ecosystem as well. That's it.
Okay, good stuff. So it sounds like there's really two thoughts here. One is quite a significant impact from COVID, and so that has to shape the perspective. And the second one is maybe it's a focus on skills where there's a differentiator for Thailand, rather than just being a Me Too approach, rather than just trying to replicate skills that are in other markets. You look at the specifics of the Thai economy around tourism or around elder care and possibly a few other areas, and focus the attention on developing skills there where there might be a differentiator. Does that seem like a good approach? Tan, I'll come to you. Do you think that's really the approach?
Yeah, definitely. So there's a two keyword here, right? First one is a global opportunities, and the second one is a local talent. By global opportunities, what we see is that after COVID and vaccination, it's an AD, right? After we have the vaccination. So after that, what we see is that people will not work from home, but people will work from anywhere, right? And by anywhere, why not Thailand? Let's say you're a Salesforce engineer, right? I think yesterday Salesforce just announced that their worker can work remotely from everywhere. So why do you have to base in New York or Washington? Why not you work from the most beautiful beach side and the ocean around the world nearby the Phuket Islands of Thailand? So I would say the global opportunity here is it will not be the WFH work from home, but it can be WFT work from Thailand. And by doing so, we utilize the local talent. We have been called the land of smile for a reason, right? And of course, we cannot change from the land of smile to the land of technology within decades. It's not possible. But the best way is to use the technology and the skill we have to utilize the local talent of the land of smiles and to engage with the global opportunities of work from Thailand. That would be my opinion regarding the consideration regarding to skills.
Yeah, and I think that that has a sort of a lighthouse effect, and it creates a positive impact on the skills that are required internally within the workforce if you have people coming to work. Okay, we've talked sort of conceptually a bit about what might drive the requirements. I now want to delve a little bit more into what the technical skills might be that are required, what's missing. So Ken, I want to come to you on this. What do you think the technical skills are that are missing? Are they around more traditional programming, or are they around new technology areas, AI, blockchain, drones? I know you're a bit of a drones expert, so that's an interesting one to cover. What do you see as being the requirement?
Yep. Honestly, I think the most important requirement is the passion. yeah, it is not the technical skill, but it's something that drive the whole ecosystem. Let's say that you're looking forward to develop some drone that delivers some medical to the remote area. But if you don't have the passion that, okay, you're suffering with some kind of a problem or you have some pain point that you would like to solve, it's not gonna put you that smart to achieve some goal. But if you have some passion, you gain a lot of experience that you can help a lot of people. If you pushing you to learn more in IoT, Internet of Things, Singapore, you can learn PixHawk, the flight controller, the electronic, ESC, motor, etc. All the thing came down to actually the passion inside you. If you really would like to solve certain problem, you just don't just, okay, I search on Google and that's it. That would be solve the problem. No, I think it would be good if you just go down the road and collect some data and maybe you ask some those people that really suffering with those kind of issues. That would help a lot. That can keep up with the technical skill later. Because if you cannot getting started first and you just collect Python programming, all the thing around, but you don't really have the goal. So I think you just running around. So this is a very, very important thing for me. Yeah.
But really you need both, right? So Tan, I'm sure you'll say that actually you do need to passion is important, but it's not enough, right? You need the need the specific skills.
Yep, correct.
Okay, good. So my next question is around how we make sure that the technical upskilling stays current. So software particularly moves fast. Now this sort of plays to your point, Ken, about it being about passion. You know, if you're passionate about something, you stay up to date and you keep learning. But software still moves fast. New products and services replace existing ones. So how can we be sure, or how can Thailand make sure that its technical upskilling stays current? Tan, can I come to you first on that one?
Yeah, definitely. So we have been discussing in Thailand a lot about this, like as my current role and lecturer, and we are corporate trainer. So one keyword that I always give to my client or to my colleague as a consult is that we call it 80-20 rules. It's really simple and it's come from Google, right? For 80%, you should spend time to maximize or to optimize your current job. For example, if you're a software engineer, then be the best at it, And another 20 is that you have to prepare yourself for the future job, right? The current certainty is uncertainty. So let's say you're a software engineer, you're the best at web developer. You need to spend 20% of your extra time learning, let's say, data science or learn about other web technology tools. By 80-20, it might not really prepare you for the future job, but it does prepare you and engage you in the lifelong learning process. So you have to keep the mentality and keep your body and physically and mentally ready to change anytime. And to do that, you have to learn new things every day, at least according to 80-20 rule, right? 80 of your current job, 20 of the future job. That would be one of the simple mindset and tools, I would say.
Okay, good stuff. Ken, thoughts on that? Would you follow the 80-20 rule that Tan sets out? What might you think about doing in your 20%?
Yeah, actually, I think what I'm trying to do to keep updating on the new technology trend. Actually, it came down to the basic thing. Like I highly believe that most of us right now using the social network, right? And besides from Facebook, Twitter, I highly recommend everyone to use the tool that called Google Alert. I'm not sure any of you have used it, but it's really useful. Let's say if you would like to keep track with some of the technology or even some bidding project of the government, you can type in some keyword, and suddenly when the Google found out there's some new keyword, maybe 1 or 24 hour or 38 hours later, it will send you the message suddenly. This is very effective, and you're gonna get some really fresh information. Besides from that, right now in Thailand, that you can keep up a new trend of technology. There's a trend of using the application called Clubhouse. I'm not sure whether you heard of it, but it's a really big trend of Thailand. People use it either good or bad, but it's trend already. Yeah. So I think another thing that really useful is you searching on the internet for the Telegram. There's a lot of room out there that you can search and you can join. It's really unique. Sometimes you can join the deep learning, sometimes you can join drone, or sometimes there's some room for the deep net that some people cannot see this kind of content easily on the Google. So I currently using this kind of technique. So I share to you guys just my 2 cents. It could be useful somehow, but I think it's really useful anyway. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, and those are more sort of informal mechanisms for learning, or for staying up to date with what's changing in the technology environment. What about formal training? How do you see that? Is it a case of lifelong learning? Is it in work learning? Is it formal education from the government? How do you see it working? Ken, I'll stick with you, and then I'll come to you, Tan, on that.
Yep. For the formal one, I think we can study on some online training on maybe probably for free. You can go for TED, you can go for Coursera, you can go for edX. There's a lot of online training that you actually stay in Thailand, but you get a certification from MIT, from Stanford, from many top Ivy League university out there. This is one of the formal way. I'm not sure it could be called formal or not, but this is what I consider. Yeah.
And Tan, your views on that?
Yeah. For regarding formal education, so if you have time and you can afford to learn English, I would say learn English first, because when you learn English, then you can later on learn from Udemy, Coursera, and so on. Your world will be widened, and there will be so many opportunities for you. But however, if you are sometimes like blue collar or farmer in Thailand, I would say engage with your communities and learn from others. All right. So if you're a farmer, definitely there will be like a society or association of a farmer. Then go learn with them and use that knowledge to come back and to develop your farm. There is normally a formal learning provided by government or maybe the NGO in every province of Thailand. So there can be 2 ways. So from the internet or from your local communities.
And are there enough of these opportunities for lifelong learning, should we say, in Thailand? Would you say, Tam?
I would say there are enough if you are curious enough and you try your best to learn. All right. I think one nice thing about Thai people is we are super willing to share our knowledge and to teach other. It's a really, really open communities. However, what is not enough is that we are not really prepared for the future that much. For example, we don't have national agenda to prepare Thai people for what is coming next. You know what I mean? So what I mean to say is like there's no national agenda that Thai people must be able to code. Thai people must be able to learn this particular technology. But the good thing is that it's really open, so you can learn anything from anyone in Thailand.
So there is a good ecosystem for encouraging learning and training, and you think there's generally an appetite. But what might be lacking might be some government push to encourage development of digital skills.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Ken, is that your? Sorry, Tan, go ahead.
Oh no, it's okay. So I think if you have been following news on Thailand, we constantly change our government like a lot.
Yeah. So that doesn't help with having a fixed view on how the technical skills requirements might evolve. There's more pressing requirements. Ken, do you see this government? There's a requirement for for a government push for plans like they have in China, say, they have a technology plan for 5 years? Would that be a useful thing in Thailand, or overkill? How do you see it?
I think right now we used to have something like for industry 4.0, but indeed it actually something that already implement many places around the world already. Actually, what we need beside from the plan or from the strategy is the action. We have a lot of plan, we have a lot of meeting that ways. So honestly, myself, I join a lot of meeting with the government, and it seems like we're running around in the table with nothing. We spend almost a month. So I think at least we should learn how to work effectively. Yeah. I think the good thing that we have COVID-19 is that people can work very effectively using the Zoom, using any kind of technology, that you don't need to waste the time on traveling. In case if you don't know, Thailand is the worst traffic in the world, so we can save a lot of time. So I think action and the way we can work effectively according to the strategy is a must for the government. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's more a case of being in the right place at the right time. Maybe one of the things that I've noted from COVID is that a lot of companies have realized that their teams can be based anywhere in the world. So this concept of working from WFT, work from Thailand, absolutely, I could see that coming in. And so it's more a case of okay, government, don't worry too much about encouraging the skills, but maybe make it a little easier for technology professionals to settle in Thailand, not in vast numbers, but for reasonable numbers. That seemed like an approach to encouraging that kind of effect. Plus, also, I suspect plenty of work will come to Thailand as a result. If you can put your customer care or your call centers or your technical support or whatever anywhere in the world, why not in Thailand? That seems like a good choice. Okay. I'm not seeing any questions, so if you do have questions, please do let me know, and I will put them to the panel. One area I want to talk about, and we touched on it a little bit when we talked about passion and energy for getting involved with technology, is around soft skills. So one of the things that we noticed, and one of the things I talked about a little bit in my presentation, was about how a lot of the use of these new technologies is as a business transformation. So you're changing the way that the organization works. And so a lot of the friction relating to adopting technologies is about how organizations adopt them. So being able to make internal changes is sometimes more important than having the right technical skills. So I wonder, Tan, I'm going to come to you on this one first. Is that something you can teach? Is it how do you make sure that you've got not just the technical skills, but also the sort of business skills? Are you also teaching that in parallel with the technical skills?
All right. So first of all, I must say that you cannot teach soft skill to anyone, but everyone can learn soft skill, right? There's a difference, teaching and learning. So to make sure those people, they learn soft skill, that you have to show them, you have to coach them, and you have to mentor them, right? Like show them, become a role model for them, and ask them to make sure they reflect on the action, they know what they are doing, and they can move forward, with a better skill. And by soft skill, one of the most important one that Thai people and every other people from other nations must have is to be able to empathize other. Empathy is one of the keywords, I believe, of the 21st century, and it's required, especially for Thailand. If we have tourism, we normally have tourism a lot from European countries and USA, but currently we have a lot from China. So we have to adapt well to the different in culture. We have to provide the best service for them, and we have to keep them smile, put a smile on their face. So we will be, as our name, the land of smile. So I think that's the one of the soft skills that require the most. Yep.
Okay, great. And Ken, can I come to you on that one?
Yeah.
Mm.
For me, the soft skill, from my perspective, I think it would be that really required for business transformation to avoid a lot of friction that you really need to have is the understanding. Yeah. Most of the people they don't understand why we need to use this kind of application or use this kind of management tool. So they and headache and they just complain and don't use it. So and it's caused a lot of problem to the organization. But if you really explain to them nicely, calmly, carefully enough, they might understand the benefit. It's not just the benefit to the organization itself, but it also the benefit directly to the employee themselves. Yeah. But due to some, let's say there's some case study that we deploy some ISO standard to ensure the gas station would be safety enough for our customer. And we give out the handout as the checklist so that our staff can follow. What happened is they are boring and they don't follow. Why? I'm busy with my task already. Why I have to check on the list of paper? What I used to do is I implement some tool like a VR software and let them experience what gonna happen if you don't follow the step. Their gas station would burn. You're gonna have some chaos and there's a lot of headache. And you're gonna even I can put you on fire and you're gonna see what gonna be the big disaster if you don't follow the step by step. People they don't really feel, they don't really care if they don't really into that situation. So for myself, soft skill is good if you can do some way or something by let them really experience that kind of situation. One of the way that I can tell for my case study is to use the VR technology. It came up really quite booming nowadays during the COVID-19 because the physical world we cannot burn our employee, we cannot put them into the critical situation, but for the VR, we can put them anywhere in the world and they can, oh, okay, they took off the headset. Okay, can I understand why you want me to write down this kind of thing? That's the case study for me. Yeah.
Good stuff. One area we haven't covered too much, we've looked at role of government, role of the individual. What about businesses? What should be the role of the private sector in developing the skills of their own workers? Is it formal education? Is it on the job learning? How do you see that developing? Tan, let me come to you on that one first.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. I would say business must support their employee into in their employability, right? For employability, I mean the current employer must prepare their employee for the next job as well, right? By having this mindset, it means that it will not just be on the job training, right? I would say it's go 80-20 again, right? 80% should be on the job training, right? So for the current job to provide a better output or outcome, and another 20 is like to prepare the employee for the future trends. Maybe the future at the current with the current employer or with the new one. So by doing this, our economy can move forward, you know, and we can prepare for the disruption, the digital industrial revolution, and also the coming of AI. We can prepare our people for the future together.
And do you think the government's doing? That companies are doing enough in terms of actual training of the staff to develop those skills?
I see. All right. I don't have the exact number, right? But it's from my survey. So I would say that those one in the financial service are doing great. But for the other sector like tourism and maybe in the factory zone or agriculture, they are not doing enough, right? Should be more of a formal and informal training to their employee. They for example, everyone must be able to know basic IT, information technology, and being able to handle data. Right, they have to understand the basic Excel, see the number moving, and they can recognize some pattern and understand what is going on. At least the basic knowledge and skill that must be acquired by Thai people within 5 years, or otherwise we will be, you know, super lag behind other country.
Okay. And Ken, last word to you. Anything more that companies should be doing to close skills gaps to build more skills within their organizations, particularly technical skills?
Actually, I think the problem of the skill gapping, particularly in Thailand, is that we centralize a lot of things into Bangkok a lot. So I think it should be decentralized. Like, let's say, let's imagine if all gas station can have one of the small room like a library that many people can take a refill their gas, and also a lot of people in that area can join the class, join any free session like what we are doing digital weeks right now. This would be really useful because one, we can decentralize the technology, we can give more opportunity to the whole country, the whole community in the world. The more knowledge people can share, it would be the good way that we can solve the skill gapping from my perspective. Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. I'm going to have to wrap it up there, and I'm going to hand it back to Callie. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your contributions. This has been a fascinating debate. Thank you. Handing back now.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks, guys.
We'll be sure to have you back again soon. And I think this is a very important topic, as much as it is interesting to talk about the tech and the grand national plans. There has to be people to implement them. So thanks for coming on board for this this conversation, and do stick around for the rest of the stream if you want to hear the rest of the presentations. Thank you, guys.